I wish you could taste this. Yum. This is my Caesar salad sandwich. It's got a nice piece of crispy fried chicken breast. It's got a homemade Caesar salad with a homemade dressing, all wrapped up between 2 slices of toasted sourdough. I made this for dinner today because I didn't want to have something very fussy and heavy, just something light but something a little bit more substantial than just a salad and some chicken. Hands down, Caesar salad is the best salad out there. This makes it a hearty meal in one. So let's get straight into it. First, let's get the chicken going for the breaded chicken. I'm using some boneless breast that we are going to butterfly in the middle. Just take your meat, lay it flat, and then slide a sharp knife down the middle like that. Cut it all the way through. Technically this is not butterflying because butterflying means that you keep it intact over here, but I'm cutting it all the way through just so that we have smaller pieces of chicken. It's easy to cook and it fits in your sandwich. Perfect. Beautiful. That's what we're looking for. Keep your knife as flat as possible when you're doing this so that you get an even sized piece. Like that. Get yourself a piece of cling film and then pop your chicken breast on it and then just close it up and pound it just a little bit, just on the thicker side so that you get an even piece of chicken, just so that it all cooks evenly and equally. Also, pounding the chicken like this helps to tenderize the meat just a little bit so that you don't end up with that kind of dry, hard to eat piece of chicken breast. Now you have a nice piece of chicken that's even in size. Now that all 4 pieces of chicken breast have been pounded down nice and flat like this, I'm just going to season both sides with just a little pinch of salt and pepper. Just a tiny pinch of salt just to bring in a little bit of seasoning and the tiniest bit of pepper. Flip your pieces of chicken over and then go in with another little hit of salt and pepper. Set this aside just to marinate for a little while, and while that's marinating, let's set up our dredging station. Into one bowl, we're adding in the breadcrumbs, to which I'm just going to add a little bit of chili flakes to bring in a bit of heat, the tiniest pinch of salt, and some dried parsley. Give that a quick mix just so that everything is evenly distributed, and set that aside. Into our second bowl, I'm going in with the flour. To this, I'm going to add again just the tiniest pinch of salt and some garlic powder, a little bit of paprika, and then give that a quick mix just to mix everything through. And into the final bowl, we're going in with 1 egg. The theory is that you dunk the piece of chicken in the flour first and you coat it, and then you dunk it in the egg. So the flour will help the egg stick to the piece of chicken, and then you dunk it in this crumb, and that will help the crumb stick to the piece of chicken. Okay, so that's our dredging station done. Let's now bread this chicken. Take the piece of chicken, dunk it in the flour, just to give it a light coating. We don't want too much flour on this. And then shake off the excess flour. And then pop it in the egg. And then just do a light coating of the egg as well. Make sure the whole piece of chicken is covered in egg, and then drain off the excess egg. And then pop it in your breadcrumbs. turn it over just a couple of times, and then sprinkle on a little bit of the breadcrumbs on top and press it down as well, just so that it sticks to this really nicely. And that's it. Easy peasy. Our chicken is now crumbed, so let's get on to making the Caesar dressing for our sandwich. First thing is we need 2 egg yolks. I always prefer using a knife to crack my eggs open. I find it a lot cleaner that way. And then just pull the egg from shell to shell while taking out the white bit. And pop your yolk into the bowl that we're making the salad in. I'm adding in 4 to 5 anchovies, and then the lovely olive oil that came with the anchovies. Use 2 forks and just break the anchovies up to make it easier to whisk everything together. If you're doing this with a blender, then you don't have to worry about this step because the blender will just blend everything up. It's all nicely broken up now. Okay. To this, I'm adding some lemon juice, maybe about a teaspoon or so. A tablespoon of Worcestershire. Worcestershire is what's going to bring in all those umami flavors. A teaspoon of Dijon Mustard. And then I'm going to grate in 2 cloves of garlic. Just be careful not to grate your fingers while doing this. Okay, that's as far as I'm willing to go. If you guys have been around for a while, you know that I love using like 4 times the amount of garlic a recipe calls for. But when it comes to Caesar salad, just actually use the 2 cloves, otherwise it'll be way too overpowering. And then I'm going in with just a little pinch of pepper. I'm not salting this right now. I'm going to whisk this up, add in the olive oil, emulsify it, then add in the Parmesan, and then check for seasoning and salt it. The anchovies are also pretty salty, so we don't want to kind of over season this. First whisk this together just to combine everything, and then you can start pouring in your olive oil. We're using about half a cup of olive oil here. If you use an immersion blender and do this, it will kind of like come off much nicer, but this is easier, a lot less things to wash up. So whisking the olive oil in a little at a time, trickling it in, helps you emulsify all of the ingredients together. That's what gives you that creamy texture in your dressings. And that should do us. Give it a quick taste. Yum. Oh, that's tasting delicious. Yay. To this, I'm going to grate in some Parmesan. Maybe about 100 grams or so. You can really wing it when it comes to cheese. Just taste it and see how you like it. See if you want a little bit more. The Parmesan will bring in lots of salty flavors to this as well. I think that should do us. And then whisk that in as well. Okay, now taste it for seasoning. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. It needs a little bit more of a tang, so I'm going in with a little bit more lemon juice. But I don't think we actually need any salt because of all of the salty flavors coming in from the anchovies, from the Parmesan, the umami coming in from the Worcestershire. Yum. This is one of the best things about cooking. You kind of take a recipe and you tweak it as you go to suit your palate. Take it as almost like a rough guideline and then make it your own. Ooh, okay, that is nice. Perfect, done. Get a pan heating on a medium to high heat and then add a good glug of olive oil in it. And then we're going to slowly and carefully add in our chicken. I think we can manage 3 for now, and then go in with the last one later. Because we have sliced and pounded the chicken fillets so thin, this is gonna cook up really fast. That, for me, that's the key to eating breast meat, because usually I find it super dry, but when you cook it like this, it still cooks through but retains a lot of the moisture and you don't get dry pieces of meat. Needs a few more minutes. Oh, that's looking good. Okay, turn these over. It's had maybe about 3 minutes now on one side. Perfect. Turn this over and let it cook on the other side until it's golden brown. And that's it. 6 minutes and your chicken is done. Reduce the heat down. Add in a little bit more olive oil, and then we're just gonna toast up our bread in this pan as well. I've got some frozen bread here, some frozen sourdough that I'm just gonna pop in there. Let it soak up a little bit of this oil. Looking good. Okay. That's a big hole. It's a big hole in the middle of this sourdough. Okay, get that toasting. Now you can always toast this in a toaster like a normal person, but I like pan toasted bread a lot more than I like toasted bread. While our bread is toasting up, I'm just gonna chop up this. These are some baby romaine lettuce. If you can get romaine lettuce, it is better because it's a sturdier leaf that kind of holds its crunch even when it's soaked in all of this dressing. If you can't, any leaves would really do. If you don't want to use up all of this dressing, you can just pop some in a jar, in an airtight container, and pop it in the fridge. You can use it maybe up to about a week or so, which actually is what I'm going to do now. Just going to separate out a little bit of this and keep it just for lunch tomorrow. That should do. And then just pop all of your lettuce in. Just give your salad a quick toss. Maybe just taste. Delicious. Oh man. Okay, let's assemble this sandwich before I eat all of this up. Take your sourdough. Look at how nice and crispy that is, even from the freezer. To this, I'm layering on a giant piece of chicken and then lots of that salad on top. And then just shave a few bits of cheeky Parmesan on top because why not? Ooh. Give it a cut down the middle. Whoa, nice. Oh, it's looking so good. Just look at how juicy that piece of chicken looks. Wow. Oh my god. You guys, it's incredible. That chicken is so juicy and crispy. That salad brings in this freshness, but also that hit of Parmesan and the umami that comes from the Worcestershire sauce really elevates this. You know, even if you can't be bothered making a Caesar dressing at home, this sandwich is something you should make even with some store-bought Caesar salad dressing. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, so you guys know the drill. Please subscribe to my channel Arubakes and follow along for more easy recipes like this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.